Good morning, dear students. We are studying the chapter packing, and the first part of that we have already studied. So, in the first part, the Jerome, he was said that I am going to pack, and he became very much ready to pack. But the other two people, they were not willing to pack, and they were not ready to help him in his packing. So, both of them were relaxing, and he was doing the things. However, I did not say anything, but started the packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last, and I sat on it and strapped it. So he completed the job. He thought that he will be able to do the job in a very easy manner, but he could not complete it that much easily. But it took a little more time. But also he could complete the job, and he was very much relaxed, and he completed it and just strapped it, means fully protected, covered it. Aren't you going to put the boots in? Said Harris, and I looked round and found I had forgotten them. That is just like Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I would got the bag shut and strapped, of course. And George laughed. One of those irritating, senseless laugh of his. They do make me so wild. So here, after that, he completed everything fully and just strapped it. When after completing all the work, then one of his friend Harris, he asked, "Are you not going to pack the boots?" So the boots was just kept nearby, and he had forgotten to pack it until. Before he completes packing, both of them were there. They were watching, and they did not say that the boots are not packed. And he fully completed, put this one and sealed it. After that, only they are saying. So now he has to again open it and do it like. So the George, he said that George started to laugh. So it was just like making fun of him. So Harris already has. Jerome has told that he was good in packing, and now he made a mistake in packing. So that is why they are laughing. So it is just like making fun of him. Okay, so it is, and this type of laughs means like when we are doing some mistake, or by mistake we have forgotten something, and at that time we find that somebody else is laughing, making fun of us. So that will irritate us, So such a way he was also got irritated so much. So he was so much irritated, and. I opened the bag and packed the boots in, and then, just as I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Had I packed my toothbrush? I don't know how it is, but I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. So there was like he was doing the packing job, and while doing, he had a doubt that whether he had packed the toothbrush or not. So earlier he was he completed all his packing, and he could not. He thought that whether I have packed my toothbrush or not. So he was in confusion. So again. So he had to repack the things. The boot was not packed. Then he had to remove it and packed it again. But after that, again, there was a problem that he forgot whether he had packed his toothbrush or not. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling, and makes my life a misery. I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold precipitation and get out of the bed and hunt for it. And in the morning, I pack it before I have used it, and have to unpack again to get it. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag. And then I repack and forget it, and have to rush upstairs for it at the last moment and carry it to the railway station, wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. So here, this is a most common thing, that the toothbrush is a kind of a very irritating type of thing, So it is especially when we are traveling. See, for example, we know that, if previous day mostly, like tomorrow morning, if you are planning to go for the journey, and you need to use your toothbrush next day morning, So that's why we keep it for not packing. Okay. Sometimes what we do is that we already pack it and keep, and next day morning we will be searching for the toothbrush and it is already packed. So it will be, if it is kept downside, then we have to open everything and take out the toothbrush. Normally people, they see, like now we are having some small handbag and all will be there, and at the side of the bag you are keeping it safely, so that even if you want to open it in the morning, you can open it and keep it there. But what he did is that for him there are so many confusion, so much amount of problems are there with the toothbrush. So if he has already not packed it, then he has to search for it, and the entire bag has to repack it. In the morning again he has to pack all the things inside, or sometimes he will forget to pack the things, so it is always creating a lot of kind of problems. Okay, so here he had forgotten whether he had packed the toothbrush or not. Of course, I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course I could not find it. I remanaged the things up into much the same state that they must have been, and the world was created, and when choirs reigned. Of course, I found George and Harris 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside a boot. I repacked once more. So he was searching for the toothbrush inside, and he searched it everywhere. He took all the things which he has packed, removed from the bag, put it out, and he started to search it, but he was unable to find it. Then his other two fellows toothbrush he's able to find many times. He's saying that 18 times, but not 18 times doesn't mean that exactly 18 times, but he saw it many times, which is not necessary that will be found very commonly. So sometimes he was able to find it many times, but his thing he was unable to find it. So he has to open everything and shake it and check it whether it is there or not. And at last he found it that it was inside the boot. Okay, by chance it went inside the boot and it was there. So again he had to repack all the things, and he could complete. Again he completed the packing. Once more he repacked all the things. When I had finished, George asked if the soap was in. I said I didn't care a hang whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. And I slammed the bag shut and strapped it, and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to reopen it. It should shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. And then there remained the hampers to do. The Harris said that he would be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time, and thought that he and George had better to do the rest. And I agreed and sat down, and they had a go. So now here, see here he had already packed, then completed all the packing. And at last he found that he had packed his spectacles also inside. Okay, so again he had to open it, remove the things, and find out the spectacles. Then again he had to repack it. So he had completed. He told that he is expert in packing, and in a very short time he will be able to complete packing. But it took a very long time, and it reached up to 10 o'clock night, 10:05 he says, evening 10 o'clock, up to that. Then again, see, like the packing of the main things and all have been completed. Now the hampers are the hampers. Meaning is given there, a large basket for carrying food. Like for carrying food, we are taking a plastic basket like that. So that basket has to be packed. And the other two fellows, they said that they will be packing. Now he got tired and he has to take rest. So the other two members, they said that, and they said it not because they want to help him, but in order to show that they are more better than him in packing things. So in order to show that, they said that just this one we will be doing it, you can just leave it for us, and we will be completing that. So he just completed the task, and he was waiting there, and they started to pack the hampers. They began in the light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show me how to do it. So they started with a very light heart, very freely. They started doing it. This is very much simple job. Why are you waiting so much struggle for doing this one? And the main intention of them is to teach him, make him understand that this is the way to do it. I made no comment. I only waited. With the exception of George Harris is the worst packer in this world. So he know that they are going to make some mistake, and at that time he will be able to enjoy. So though for that he waited, he did not say anything, and he just waited. So he know that they are the worst in packing. They are not good at all. They will be very much bad in this job, and they will be making some mistake in there. And I looked at the piles of plates and cups and kettles and bottles and jars and peas and stoves and cakes and tomatoes, etc., and felt that the thing would soon become exciting. So there are so many type of things are there. They have to pack it. See, like they are going for a journey, and they are means for a long time they are going, and they need to like cook food and eat on the way. So they need to pack up the vessels. Some vessels are there. All the vessels they have to pack it for eating, and for cooking things like food items also they have to pack it and go. If we are going just for one day, then we can cook it and take it and go. So that will be simple. But here they need to pack all the things for cooking also. Okay, so they will be taking the ingredients and vessels for cooking and for eating. So all these things they have to pack it. So there is a large amount of things are there, and when they start packing, it will become interesting. So he was waiting that when they will make some funs, or it will be very much funny. So he was waiting there. It did. They started with breaking a cup. That was the first thing they did. They did that just to show you what they could do and to get you interested. So now they know that they are going to make something interesting, and he did not wait for much time, but he started by breaking a cup. So the first thing that they did was that they broke a cup, and they did not do it in a proper way. Then Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of a tomato and squashed it. So now after that again there was so much funny things. So he kept on there was a strawberry jam, big jar of jam was there, and they put it on the top of a tomato. They kept it on the tomato and squashed it. So you know, if you keep something on the top of tomato, then it will splash. So this was squashed, and the juice of tomato and the things and all were spread all around. And they had to pick out the tomato with a teaspoon. Now the the tomato became like a very flat like, and they had to remove this one with a spoon. So the tomato became very much fully destroyed. Okay. So that is enough for today. The remaining portion we study in the next class. Thank you so much.